Ever wonder why you do things you don't want to do? Why you say yes when you mean no? It's not magic. Someone's playing you. They're pulling your strings like you're some kind of puppet, and you don't even see it. But what if I told you that you could not only see the strings but also learn how to pull them yourself? See, everybody thinks manipulation is this big, evil word. But let me tell you something, it's everywhere. From the ads you see on TV to your boss asking you to do him a favor and stay late. It's all a game. The only question is, are you a player? Or are you getting played? Most people, they just go through life like pawns on a chessboard, getting moved around, sacrificed, and they never even know who the real king is. I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth. Nah, I came from the bottom. I learned about people the hard way. On the streets, you gotta learn to read people fast. You gotta know who's a friend, who's a snake, and who's just trying to use you to get what they want. It's about survival. And what I figured out is that everything, and I mean everything, comes down to psychology. It's about understanding what makes people tick, what they want, what they fear, what makes them feel important. Think about it. The guy who sells you a car, he ain't just selling you metal and for wheels. He's selling you freedom. He's selling you status. He makes you feel like if you get this car, you're a winner. He's playing on your desires. Your girl, when she gives you the silent treatment, she knows exactly what she's doing. She's creating a void, making you chase her, making you desperate to fix whatever you supposedly did wrong. It's a power move. The first trick, the oldest one in the book, is making someone feel like they owe you. It's called reciprocity. I do a small favor, something that costs me nothing. I buy you a coffee, I hold the door, I give you a compliment. Now, in your head, you got this little itch. You feel like you gotta pay me back. So next time when I ask for something bigger, something I actually want, it's real hard for you to say no. You feel obligated. You'd look like a jerk if you didn't help the guy who was so nice to you, right? They cash in on that little favor for a big payday. And then there's the us against them trick. This one is a beauty. A leader, a boss, even a friend, can make you feel like you're part of a special club. It's us against the world, they'll say. Nobody understands us but us. They build this little bubble, this tribe. And once you're inside, you'll do anything to protect it. You'll work harder, you'll ignore red flags, you'll defend them no matter what. Why? Because you're part of the team. You belong. People are desperate to belong. They use that desperation to control you. They make you feel special just so they can use you. If you're starting to see the matrix here, good. That's the first step. Recognizing the game is half the battle. If this is making sense to you, do me a solid and hit that like button. It tells me you're ready to stop being a pawn. Let the algorithm know we're onto something here. Now, let's talk about scarcity. This one is everywhere. Limited time offer. Only 3 left in stock. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. They make you feel like if you don't act now, you'll miss out forever. It creates a sense of urgency, of panic. Your brain shuts off the logical part and goes straight into I need it now mode. You're afraid of regret. They're not selling you a product, they're selling you fear. The fear of missing out. It is a powerful tool because nobody wants to be the guy who heard about the great deal and did nothing. And what about making you commit to something small? It's called the foot in the door technique. Someone asks you for a tiny favor. Hey, can you just sign this petition? It's easy to say yes. It costs you nothing. But what you did was you just told yourself, I'm the kind of person who supports this cause. So, a week later, when they come back and ask for a donation, you're much more likely to give them money. You already committed. To say no now would mean you're a hypocrite. And nobody wants to see themselves as a hypocrite. They get you to agree to something small, so you'll agree to something much bigger later. It's a slow burn. Let's get into something a little darker. Gaslighting. This is where it gets messy. This is when someone messes with your head so much you start to doubt your own sanity. They'll deny things they said, things they did. I never said that. You're crazy, that never happened. You're being too sensitive. They do it over and over until you start to believe it. You start thinking, maybe I am crazy. Maybe I am the problem. It's a way to completely break you down and take control. You lose trust in your own mind, so you have to trust them instead. They become your reality. It's the ultimate power trip. And authority. Oh boy, people love authority. Put a guy in a uniform or a fancy suit, give him a title like doctor or expert, and people will believe almost anything he says. We're taught from a young age to respect authority, to listen to the teacher, the cop, the boss. Manipulators use this. They'll dress the part, use big words, and act like they know everything. They project so much confidence that you just assume they're right. You don't question them because they have the authority. But a uniform doesn't make someone right, and a fancy title doesn't make them smart. It's just a costume. All these techniques, they play on your basic human emotions. Your fear, your ego, your desire to fit in, your guilt. A master manipulator knows these buttons better than you know them yourself. They watch you. They listen. They learn your weaknesses. And then they use those weaknesses against you. They're like a predator studying its prey. But here's the thing. Once you know the tricks, you can see them coming from a mile away. When someone gives you a compliment right before asking for a favor, a little alarm bell goes off in your head. When a salesman tells you this is the last one, you can take a step back and think, is it really? Or are you just trying to pressure me? You take back the power because you're aware of the game. You're no longer playing blind. Understanding this stuff isn't about becoming a cold, heartless manipulator yourself. Nah, that's for amateurs. The real power is in defense. It's about building a shield. It's about knowing yourself so well, your own weaknesses, your own desires, that nobody can use them against you. It's about having the strength to say no, to set boundaries, to walk away from people and situations that don't feel right, even if you can't explain exactly why. Your gut knows. You gotta learn to trust it. The world is a jungle. And in this jungle, you're either the hunter or the hunted. Learning psychology, learning the art of influence, it's like getting a map and a compass. It doesn't mean you have to set traps for everyone else. It just means you won't fall into them yourself. It's about self-preservation. It's about respect. When you respect yourself, you don't let others play you for a fool. I've seen it all. I've seen good people get ruined because they were too trusting. I've seen hustlers build empires on nothing but charm and a deep understanding of what people want to hear. It's not fair, it's not right, but it's the way it is. You can complain about the rules, or you can learn to play the game better than anyone else. The most important thing to remember is that knowledge is your weapon and your shield. The more you understand about why people do what they do, the less power they have over you. You start seeing the world in a whole new way. You're not just reacting to things anymore, you're anticipating them. You're 10 steps ahead. This is just the tip of the iceberg. There are layers to this stuff. But for now, I want you to do something. Think about the last week. Can you spot a time when someone might have used one of these tricks on you? Drop it in the comments. Don't name names, just describe the situation. Let's see how common this really is. And if you want to keep learning how to navigate this crazy world and stay in control, make sure you subscribe, because what's coming next, you don't want to miss. We're just getting started.